right, y'all. Hey, so is open if you would like to participate. Um, how to participate is in the description box. However, if you just want to sit in here and chill, I welcome you to do so. Just bring the good vibes. Just bring the good vibes. And I forgot to say this the last time, but happy Social Workers Month to all my social workers out there, all over the world doing the things. And even if you may not have, a social worker degree, but you do social work things, happy Social Workers Month to you too. And happy Women's Month. Women's Month. I cannot forget that since I am a whole woman, you know, on purpose. Um, but if you want to participate again, it's in the description box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started with the people who have already prepaid. And as I'm reading, I will not be really responding to anything in the chat. So I will respond when I'm done with the client that I am reading, just so y'all know. But let me get my stuff set up here and we'll get started. All right, let me get this timestamp going for client one. Let me see if I can see the timestamp first. There we go. All right. Hey, client one. Hey, thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Client one, it looks like you have two questions and you kept it straight, kept it simple. Your first question is, how does M feel about me? All right. Okay. We're going to the Oracle deck here to see how M feels about you. Get them out first. All right, let's see if we can get some answers for you, client one. All right, how does M feel about client one? How does M feel about client one? How does M feel about client one? How does M feel client one? Oh, first one that came out is feeling a void. Feeling a void. I don't know about that client one, because that means that there's something lacking. Let's see. What else, Spirit? And when there's something lacking, there can be some insecurities there. Yep. Unsure, still warming up. So they're still unsure about you. I don't know how long you've been dealing with him or if y'all are reconnecting. But they're definitely still testing the waters with you. Ooh. Right now, they're saying that they like you, but they rather be friends, which kind of makes sense if they're still kind of warming up to you, client one. Like I said, I'm not sure if y'all are reconnecting or if this is something, brand spanking new. Ooh, I don't know about this one, client one. They feel like you're doing the absolute most. I don't know about that. I'm hearing pushy. like coming on strong, like that. Anything else? Anything else regarding how M feels about client one? Anything else regarding how M feels about client one? They're saying there's one more in here, so let me get to it. Anything else, Spirit, for M and how they feel for client one? There it is. Yeah, this is kind of client one. M is kind of wishy-washy because they're unsure and still warming up. They like you but would rather be friends. And then they think you're doing the absolute most. Let's also not forget about filling the void. But this last one that came out is, I know I need someone like you in my life, but I'm not ready. So this person is not where, if you are thinking that this is going to go somewhere, thinking that this is going to go to the next level, or you're hoping, this person is already saying or showing you rather that they aren't ready, and the cards are confirming it. At the bottom of the deck, sus as fuck. And that's more so about M than how M feels about you. They're all over the place. Spirit is saying that they're all over the place. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. They want me to go to this oracle deck. Yeah. To get some more about the energy in them and how they feel about you. How does M feel about client one? How does M feel about client one? How does M, okay, feel about client one? All right. How does M feel about client one? How does M, you see how that just popped into my fingers? That's so weird. So weird. It's a divine intervention. Isn't that funny how that popped up? No, that's funny. But it says divine intervention, unexpected guidance, universe stepping in, redirected paths, saved just in time. I feel like this is going back to this one where it's saying that M knows that they need somebody like you in their life, but they're not ready. They feel like you're somebody who has been sent to them, but it doesn't mean that they're ready for this cycle, you know? Unfortunately, that's kind of how life works, especially when we have free will. What else, please? What else about how M feels about client one? What else? Anything else? Thank you. Wishy-washy. That does say ghosted. They have this like weird avoidant attachment that they have to work on. They have to work on it. It's nothing that you can do to fix it. You can't fix this person, whoever it is. They have to want to change. Gaslight it. Reality distortion, emotional manipulation, questioning insanity, you're imagining things. This person will lead you to believe that, you know, it's raining when they're peeing on your leg. And while they're peeing on your leg, that it's your fault that they're peeing on your leg. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not sure. Like I'm feeling like this is somebody that you're reconnecting with. So if they were like this before with mirroring, if they were like this before, they have not changed. Mirror, mirror, it's giving me the same energy, same shit, different toilet. So, you know, same energy that they had before. It's just a different time frame now. Maybe this is months later. Maybe this is years later. Um, but there's still some things that they have to work on. Not only that, but there's some things that you have to work on because with what I'm seeing here, if you have seen these things like the gaslighting and the ghosting and things like that, but you still have to come through and ask how somebody feels about you, then there's some things going on in within that you may want to take care of, because if you had certain boundaries, it wouldn't even matter how M feels about you if they ghosting and gaslighting you, because they showing you exactly how they feel is what I'm getting to. They're showing you exactly how they feel. And I apologize if I'm coming off as, listen, bottom of the deck, boundaries. Isn't that what I just said? I'm not trying to come off as judgy or anything like that. I'm speaking from experience. So this is really, you know, my passion talking to you, and not me, you know, being judgy. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that clears it up on how they feel about you. But let's go to your next question. Your next question is, what is Spirit's advice about what I should do about my job? Okay. Hmm. Spirit is actually telling me to circle back to M before we go to that. So let me move this out the way. What is client one's advice regarding M? What is client one's advice regarding M? Client one's advice regarding M, please. What is client one's advice regarding M? Client one's advice regarding M. Client one's advice regarding M. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else regarding client one's advice about M? Is that it? All right, they said that's it. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, so the first one is, you haven't been cursed or hexed. The blockage is coming from you. That just goes back to what I was saying about the internal work that you may want to do with the fact that this person probably has been exhibiting this the gaslighting and the ghosting, feeling acting wishy-washy towards you, and you there's still that question of how that person feels about me. And they have been showing you that. Wasn't it Maya Angelou that said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. This is this is that thing. This is that. Because when we set those boundaries up, what's that? That there. When we set those boundaries up, we start to recognize when people are playing in our face, and we block them. We like, okay, you play in somebody else's face. Don't play over here. So this is spirit, just confirming that this is your confirmation. What else came out is live your life for you. Live your life for you. I'm feeling like this piece of advice might be covering not just the first question that you have, but the second question that we have coming up to client one. If you are somebody who, you know, follow a certain career path because, your family told you it's what you should do, or your guidance counselor told you it's what you should do, as opposed to following your inner North Star, your nudges, it's time to change that up. It's time to change your mindset. Because when you do change your mindset, abundance looks different. Abundance looks different. You can recognize when you already have it at the level that you are. And as you begin to ascend, the things that you have access to, the abundance changes. It ascends with you. So what you may have access to at your abundant level right now, as you ascend, your access changes. Yeah. So that's your advice for the first question, client one. Let's go to your second question. What's spirit's advice about what I should do about my job? Okay, we're going back to these cards. What is your advice about what client one should do regarding their job? What should client one 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 do regarding their job, spirit? Let's see what this is. Ooh. Uh-oh. It says, you remember that time Spirit put out that card that says live your life for you? If you have been working a job or going into a position because your parents or your somebody in your family said, you should be doing this, Spirit is calling you out. This says parental figure control. So if you remain, what I'm getting is, if you remain, let's say it's a particular industry, if you remain in the industry but change your job, you're going to feel the same way, client one. You're going to feel the same way. Yeah. Grace. Get some. Because it's not just a password you say before you eat. You know, a lot of people, client one, do things because it's suggested. They do things because people tell you it's the best for you, but it may not be the best for you. Everybody doesn't know what's best for you. So give yourself some grace. What else about client one and their job? Remember, you're more resilient and stronger than you think you are. Anything else about client one's job, what they should do? Uh-oh. Interesting. I'm going to clarify this. It says witchcraft, conjure, root work, seek spiritual assistance. Can you clarify that one? It's really? Mm. I'm hearing that somebody at your job may be speaking like evil over you. Yeah. Spiritual cleanse, spiritual bath is what Spirit is suggesting in response to this. Spiritual cleanse, spiritual bath. Because you got some haters at your job. Anything else? And Spirit is advising me to send you an email about the spiritual cleanse, spiritual bath, so we can get that energy off of you. Have more compassion for yourself too. Yeah. Is that it? That's that? They said yes. So, with that said, go to the tarot. Which one? This one or this one? Okay. What should client one do about their job? What is your advice for client one regarding their job? What should client one do regarding their job? What should client one do regarding their job? What should client one do regarding their job? This one? Okay. We got Temperance, client one. Ace of Arrows. Interesting, interesting. What is this one? 10 of Pentacles. And the energy surrounding this spread is the Seven of Cups. You know, you actually have options of what you can do. This job isn't your only option. It's not your last resort. It's you have many talents. You have many gifts. You just have to pick something. Client one. You just have to pick something, but specifically with Temperance, the Ace of Arrows, and the 10 of Pentacles. The Ace of Arrows is the Ace of Swords. Be patient. Be patient because there's going to be, you see, we have two birds here and they're both in the air. They're both in flight or coming down, going up and coming down. So, but there's going to be a window of time when you can leave, when you can actually leave wherever you are. And it's going to be a situation, it's going to be like breaking out, literally. And what it's going to do is actually open the door for a lot more, a whole lot more. with this Ten of Pentacles here. Because that's legacy. That's increase. That's fulfillment. Can we clarify this Ten of Pentacles, please? Yeah, that's fulfillment. Like more than financial fulfillment too. That's stability. Let's see. We got the Five of Wands here to clarify that. And at the bottom of the deck, three of arrows, or the Three of Swords. The folks at your job, the folks at your job don't mean you any good. And like I said, Spirit is saying that there is going to be a time frame coming up where you can just spread your wings and get up out of there and go to a place um, that is more conducive to your peace, to your increase, and to your contentment. Yeah. Let's see what the time frame is though. And if you haven't started applying yet, if you haven't started applying yet, you may want to. Let's see. There's one more thing I will ask, and I will let you go after I ask this. What's the time frame for client one? Where they, my bad, where they can actually make an exit, take an exit from this job. What's the time frame for client one, please? Time frame. Time frame for client one where they can exit this position. Ooh. When you let go, it's up to you. It's up to you. And at the bottom of the deck, when you least expect it. So when you finally let go, release the parental control, release any fear that you have regarding what other people think that you need to do. Client one, if there's something that you want to do because you already know how to do it, maybe start a business, I don't know, then that's what you should be doing. This is up to you. When you leave, it's up to you. Because we already talked about how these folks here, you know, they're speaking over you. And now, you got to do a cleanse and shit. But yeah, it's up to you. But let me get to this other question that I'm going to ask. And I'm going to let you go. Should client one stay in the industry that they are in? Should client one stay in the industry they're in? Okay. All right. Should client one stay in the industry they're in? Spirit, should client one stay in the industry they're in? Should client one stay in the industry they're in? First one is yes. Second one is yes. Third one is no. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, client one, is a maybe with the hangman. We got the chariot, the nine of pentacles, and the four of pentacles here, which is funny because you remember we had this ten of pentacles. So they're like, yeah, stay in the industry. There is forward movement. There is room for growth. So you're really unhappy and unfulfilled because of where you are. But you also, wherever you go, if you don't change your perspective, if you don't change how people control what you do, especially parents or parental figures, I don't know if you work for them. If you work for somebody that's like your parent, that could that could be complicated. That could be complicated because not only do they personal life, that they'll probably have control over your professional life. That's what's going on here. Let me find out that people are jealous of you because of nepotism. You are, if it's a family company and there are people there who aren't, family, but are treated like family, um, those that makes sense as to why they're hating, why they're mad. But it doesn't mean that they can just throw stuff at you. That's not okay. But what it's up to you. But Spirit is saying that you need to move elsewhere. Go somewhere else. It may even require you to actually move, like relocate, because where you are, there's a lot of control. You're being controlled. But nine and ten of pentacles came out. Two different decks. Two different decks. I hope this makes sense to you, client one. Yeah, man, that's tough. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good, client one. Thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. And until next time, client one, talk to you later. All right. Okay. Who all? Hello, Krishna. Hey, comma or comas 71198. Thank you for subscribing. And just so you know, coma, I apologize if I'm not saying your screen name correctly. This is These aren't free questions. If you wanted to join the list, there are instructions in the description box. These are donation based. Blush Heart Love. Hey, how you doing? Amrez. Mm-hmm. Jerome. Hey, Jerome. I'll direct you to the description box too. Good to have you here. But I could direct you. I could tell you about those feelings, but these are donation based questions. Anush. I could tell you about your love life, Anush. However, these are donation based questions. So, there are directions in the description box. If you would like to participate, we'll be here until we're not. All right. Okay, so move on to client two. Let me timestamp for client two, y'all. Timestamp for client two. Here we go. Hmm. Hey, client two. Hey. Thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, client two. It looks like you have three questions, so let's get to it. It says, I've been living with family for a little over a year and working to live on my own. Okay. I really want to move to Atlanta. All right. Your first question is, does spirit see me moving out on my own this year? Let's see. Spirit, do you see client two moving out on their own this year? Do you see client two, spirit, moving out on their own this year? Do you see client two moving out on their own this year? Ooh. We have a yes. We have another yes. And we have a no. Now, I will say that temperance, although it's a yes, it came out in reverse. So, what that's telling me, client two, is that you need to have a little more patience. It's like you're in a hurry. And it's understandable, especially when you're living with other people. You don't really feel like you're independent. But this is going to take some time. And if you want to actually move to Atlanta, one thing you need to know for sure, that Atlanta is not cheap. It's not cheap. And I don't know where you are in proximity to Atlanta, but you have to have money to move there. you it's like a whole thing. You gotta be able to take your stuff there. If your stuff is in storage, there's a whole thing. So because it takes time, there has to be balance with it. There has to be a plan. So spirit is saying be mindful of that. But essentially, the short answer is yes. You can move out, but you have to have a plan. You got to plan your work and work your plan. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Two of Swords, which is a maybe. This is one of those things where you really need to take your time with it. This isn't a situation, regardless of where you're moving to, whether it's just out of the family home into a space that's nearby, or whether this is moving to Atlanta. This is something that requires time. It requires planning and executing the plan. It requires a significant amount of money. Do you already have a job secured there? Do you have different places that you want to live? Do you have a budget? Because if you were to go ahead with the plan, you'll be disappointed. Like, yes, but what I'm getting in this energy right now, you're going to end up disappointed and probably back in the family home sooner than you'd like to be. Yeah. So, what is that? What is, oh, I'll wait because I'm looking at your third question. No, I'll go ahead and ask. Yeah. Okay, Spirit. What's your advice, Spirit, regarding client two moving out on their own, just in general? What is your advice regarding client two moving out on their own in general? What is your advice for client two regarding moving out on their own in general? What's your advice for client two? Ooh, all right. You just throwing that out there. Okay, so what came out is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The and we have the Seven of Cups. And, ooh, the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So you can actually be successful at moving out. You can actually be in a stable place when you move out. But Spirit is saying with this Three of Pentacles, you know, Three of Pentacles is all about working together, collaborating, living with others. Because these are I don't know, hornets and bees. These are bees. They skinny bees. To move out on your own, you have to change it up, like quick, fast, in a hurry. Whatever it is you're doing, if you have not been saving, if you have not been planning, you know, the tower is, of course, about sudden change, but that's what Spirit is saying. Like, you want to move out. You trying to disconnect from the beehive, basically. You need to change up what you're doing and break whatever delusion that you have in your head about how it's going to happen. You need this cash. You need some money, and you need a lot of money. Client too. You need a lot of money. So how do they go about that? How do they I'm gonna put this Ten of Pentacles out. How do they get this Ten of Pentacles, Spirit? How do they get at this Ten of Pentacles? How do they break that delusion that they have and get to the Ten of Pentacles? Well, first, the Nine of Pentacles came out, but it came out in reverse. We got Judgment and the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Client two, the Page of Pentacles is a small increase or a small amount. You need more, because what the Page of Pentacles is telling me is that, one, you don't have enough right now. If you were trying to move out, just point blank period, you don't have enough. But that doesn't mean that you can't, or you won't, rather. But what Spirit is saying here with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment, and the Two of Wands, one, you're going to really have to start saving. Two, you need to wake the fuck up and do what you need to do. With this Two of Wands right here, meaning that you need to, one, either look for a better job or look for something to supplement the income that you have, as well as plan. This is all about planning. And what I'm hearing is budgeting, because it seems like you kind of willy-nilly with your spending. You all over the place. You cashing out. You cashing out. And spirit is calling you out. You can't be cashing out and trying to get to the A because you gonna be broke and unhappy. You just going for a visit. You ain't going there to live. You just gonna be there for a trip. Like, yeah, yeah, for real. I'm speaking for personal experience. I lived in that area. I lived in the A for a hot minute. It ain't. It's cheaper than living up north, like in New York. However, if you aren't, you know, paying New York type rent, then it is very comparable to other places that's like the same size. You can't just say I'm moving to Atlanta and just go with nothing. I mean, you can, but there's a saying, and I say this with much love in my heart for you, client two. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes every time. And Spirit is saying that you need a plan and you need to work your plan to your plan. So let's go on to your second question here. Does Spirit see me moving down to Atlanta in the next year or two? Let's see. Let's see. Spirit, do you see client two moving down to Atlanta in the next year or two? Do you see client two moving down to Atlanta in the next year or two? Do you see client two moving down to Atlanta or two? One came out. We got the King of Swords with a maybe. We got a no. And we have a yes. And at the bottom of the deck, it's a tiebreaker with yes, with the lovers. But the lovers here is about making a decision, the changing decision, which goes back to that plan, that budgeting. The King of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. This is a situation where, you know, you got to have the common sense and be logical about it, logical about the plan. You have to be practical. And if you are, basically, if you're not practical, you're going to regret moving too fast, doing things on a whim without a real plan and without really thinking things out, thinking things through. You're going to regret it. It's going to be like an opportunity missed when you can actually have things lined up. There's a lot that you have to put together in order to make this move. But yeah, actually, yes, short answer. What's your last question? What spirit's advice to get me to Atlanta? Let's see. Let's see. What is your advice for client two to get them to Atlanta? Because they ready to go. They are ready to go. We already kind of went over it. Part of it is you either need to get a better paying job or supplement the income that you have so you can start saving more. One, start looking for where you want to work down there. If you work for a large company, let's say like one of the drugstore chains or something, see if you can transfer. So when you get there, you already have a job, right? Um, and then you have to plan the logistics. Are you going to move your stuff down there? Are you going to hire somebody? But let's see what else Spirit has for you about moving down to the 8th. And remember, people say Atlanta, but most people don't live directly in Atlanta. They live in the metro. So that's another thing. What's your advice for client 2 to get them to Atlanta? Let's see. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. And we have the Hanged Man or the Hanged Warden in this deck. At the bottom of the deck, the energy surrounding it is the Empress, which is awesome because the Emperor and the Empress is out here. You really need to be in an overflow mindset to get yourself in an overflow mindset. You got to be on Empress Emperor level. They're both out here. So all that cashing out that you're doing, like you're on Emperor level, is that's play. That's play because respectfully, you're cashing out like an emperor empress, but you're not living like one. And Spirit is saying you got to have that mindset, because when you have that mindset, the way you think is completely different. You have to have that determination. You have to have that determination. Not only that, but you got to stop cashing out. It has to be balanced. The scales are here, but then we have the emperor and the empress. There's more balance. So you have to live a balanced life. This is 1, 2, 3 major arcana out here. You got to change how you live your life. For real. To be in overflow. To be a boss. To live the emperor empress life. Ruler if you're non-binary. If you're somebody who's been just giving money away to people, being very generous, when you have goals and dreams, be more discerning. Everybody doesn't deserve your time. Be more discerning with your time too. That's what Spirit is saying, because what I'm getting is that you have a tendency to like want to go out or do something at the last minute, spending money that you really could be saving. But this is going to require you to actually boss up and change your mindset. Not only that, but if you have shared with a lot of people that you are moving to Atlanta, and you know all the things, stop doing that, because the emperor is somebody that definitely moves in silence, because they play chess, not checkers, and they don't discuss all their plans with everybody, because everybody doesn't want you to do certain things. Is that it, Spirit? That's it, client 2. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. And I'll talk to you later, client 2. All right. Let's see here. Uh, Ivy. Ivy, if you have a question how to participate in the personal reading session, there are directions in the description box. Hey, Annie Meyer, S8P. How you feeling? right. All right, we're going on to client three. Client three. All right, let me get your time. Hey, client three. Hey, thank you for booking with me and thank you for trusting me with your energy. It looks like client three, you have two questions. And you say in your email, client three, I've not been lucky in love over the past few years. That sucks. My heart that. You said I want to be in a fulfilling relationship. hmm What's next for me in love? Let's see. This one? Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What's next for client three in love? What's next for client three in love? What's next for client three in love, spirit? Uh-oh. I'm not laughing because of what came out, just how it came out. All right, client three. There's a problem. Codependent. What it says is this love or is it emotional survival? Let go of the illusion that you need them to be whole. Oh my gosh. Client three. I say this because one, I used to feel the same way. You know how that saying goes. They play it on movies. They say it all the time. You complete me. One, that's just speaking nonsense. Because when we say that we need somebody to complete ourselves, we're saying that we aren't whole. But client three, you're already whole. So what's coming up, unfortunately, is a codependent relationship. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else here? Anything else? No. Okay. Mm. And at the bottom of the deck, money problems. Money problems. You're not on the same page financially, and it's bleeding into your emotional connection. What I'm getting, client three, is that this person may not be on the same level or mindset as you financially, like as far as like making money and how they think about money, which will lead to you both being codependent on each other. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's see what else, because I know that was pretty fast. What for client three in love? What's next 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 for client three in love? Ooh, mm. Love ball. It says affection too quickly, excessive attention, overwhelming charm, hidden control. This person is it's the attention. That's what I'm getting. That's where the codependence comes in. Partially. They need the financial support from you. You want the attention. But you already the cake. You already the cake. The cake is a cake with icing. Cake is a cake without icing, and if it had a drizzle on it, it's still cake. You're the cake, client three. You're already whole. What else for client three, please? What else for client three? In love. What's next in love for client three? What's next in love for client three? Breadcrumbing. So this person is really only going to give you attention just a bit. They're not going to be somebody who is consistent. They're not going to be like consistently affectionate. They're not going to pour into you as much as you pour into them. They're going to give you minimal attention to get what they want, but keep their options open, make lame ass, big ass promises, and never commit fully. And you deserve way more than that. You deserve way more than that. You want a fulfilling relationship. However, first, Spirit is saying you want a fulfilling relationship, but you have to see that you're already fulfilled. You have to be living a fulfilled life already. No one can come in and fulfill you. You have to do that yourself. What else is next for client three in love, please? Bounce back came out. Resilience after setbacks. Recovering quickly. Determination to rise again. Can't keep me down. You're going to go through this situation, client three, and something's going to hit. Something's going to change in your mind where you're just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't like this. I don't like the way I've been loved. I don't like the way I've been treated. And you're going to change that. You're going to change that. You're going to bounce back. I love that. Because people are going to, you're going to see that this person towards you, they ain't going to be about shit. And you're going to get tired of it. Enough is going to be enough. Let me see. This one? Let's see what else we can find out about what's coming towards you. What's next for you in love, rather. What's next for client three in love, please? What's next for client three in love? What's next for client three in love? What's next for client three in love, please? What's next for client three in love? What's next? Ooh, sliding. That next person gonna be slippery. Tell you that. You won't be able to get a hold of them. It goes back to this one. What's next for client three in love? What's next? Ooh. An ain't shit Leo. And that's coming from a Leo. Yes. Unfortunately, we are out there. They are out there. There are some Leos who ain't shit. Oh man, ain't shit Leo. It's gonna be, they're gonna have it in their top. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node. Anything else? Ooh, I'm hearing third party. Because this says husband. This says husband. No wonder you're gonna be breadcrumbed. Their money's gonna be tied up in other people. Their money's gonna be tied up in their spouse. Yeah. What else? Spirit saying pay attention. Pay attention to how this person moves. Pay attention to not just what they say, but if what they say match exactly what they do. Listen to your intuition. Because they're going to show you exactly who they are. They're going to show you exactly who they are. Anything else? Anything else for client 3 regarding what's next for them in love? No? Yeah. So let's just review. We got somebody who is most likely in a serious relationship. They ain't shit Leo within their top, what, 4 or 5 signs. It's going to be a codependent relationship because they're going to depend on you financially while you want attention from them. However, that experience with them is going to cause you to bounce back. This is the catalyst. This is going to be the catalyst to get you to see how whole you really are. This is going to be the catalyst to that, client 3. Yeah. So let's get to your second question. You say, what advice do my ancestors have regarding my love life? Okay. Let me just, I'm gonna put this caveat out here to client 3. When you ask your benevolent ancestors of spirit for advice and you're coming to me, they gonna tell you. Be careful what you ask for. That's all I got to say. Where the cards at? Which cards you want? This right here? Okay. They want me to start with these cards. Okay. Benevolent ancestors for client 3. What is your advice for your loved one regarding their love life? Benevolent ancestors to client 3. What is your advice to your loved one, client 3, regarding their love life? Yeah. Okay. What's your advice for your descendant, beloved and benevolent ancestors to client 3 regarding their love life? Uh-oh. What I tell you? Last warning, course correction loading. They give you a heads up. They about to change your life. They about to change your life. And what you don't want is for them to intervene when you have a choice. Because spirit The benevolent ancestors, although they are benevolent, they will drag the hell out of us if we don't pay attention to the signs and synchronicities when they're trying to warn us and give us a chance to get our shit together, essentially. Yeah. Ask me how I know. Anything else from the benevolent ancestors? Yeah, I am speaking from experience. Client three. Drug. My folks drugged the shit out of me because I ignored the signs and synchronicities. They doubling down. Remove your energy. Remove your energy. If you're already in a situation, client three, if you're already in a situation, client three, but you asking about what's coming next, there's a lesson. There's a lot of lessons because I see. This is what I'm going to say. If you are in a relationship right now, a codependent relationship, but you're already focused on what is coming, but you haven't learned the lesson from this codependent relationship that you're in now, you're about to go into another one. And that's why they're saying, last warning, remove your energy because you need to focus on you. What else from the benevolent ancestors of client three regarding their loved one in their love life? You see it. Big blue letters. Let it go. Release to receive. You got to let this go. You got to let this go. Even the prospect of being in a new relationship right now, you got to let that go. And it's not forever. It's not forever. What else? Didn't I tell you? Do more for and with yourself. They want you to go into hermit mode. They don't want you with anybody. Also, by the way, they want you to do a spiritual cleanse and a spiritual bath. And they want you to be consistent with it. Once a month. Once a month for 3 months. And they want me to email you, client three, the herbs and oils that they want you to use. So I have my assignment from your benevolent ancestors. Look, client three, two different decks. Two different decks. Two different decks, client three. They're telling you to move on now. Love bomb. And like I said, you're already in something. Here I am initially thinking that you aren't in a relationship, but you you talk about how you haven't been lucky in love. You like, you know what? I love you like a sibling or play cousin client three. Let's see. What else? Excuse me. What else for client three, please? From benevolent ancestors. Attachment issues, emotional and or spiritual. They want you in hermit mode. There's some work that has to be done. In order for you to get this fulfilling relationship that you want, client three, there's some work that has to be done. You have to shift your energy. You got to shift your focus. They want you to focus on you. And not only that, but they've doubled down multiple times on moving on and letting go. Is that it, benevolent ancestors of client three? They said that's it. Again, client three, I will email you about the spiritual cleanse and the spiritual bath when I send you the email for the timestamp. But I do thank you for booking with me. I hope you got exactly what you need for your highest good. And you're going to be hearing from me soon, client three. Talk to you later. All right. Oh, well, that was something. That was definitely something. Okay, let me put this right here. And we are going to move on to client four. Okay, let's see. Get my timestamp. All right. Here we go. Hey, client four. Hey. Thank you for booking with me and thank you for trusting me with your energy. It looks like you have three questions, client four. So we'll get to it. It says, my mother died when I was really young. My condolences to you. So I don't remember much about her. Your first question is she one of my spirit guides? Let's see. Is client four's mother one of their spirit guides? Is client four's mother one of their spirit guides? Okay. Is client four's mother one of their spirit guides? First one is no. Second one is yes. This is a family card. And the third one is yes. 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 At the bottom of the deck. See? Another family card. Reunited. This is about reconnecting. This is about um, familial bliss. This is like, this is that harmony. And this is peace and this is balance. Was your mom a Capricorn? Because the devil is Capricorn energy. Hmm. And if your mother was not a Capricorn, did she transition because of addiction? Because that can be what the devil represents as well. But yeah, she is definitely walking with you and walking with you strongly. Um, Still her joy. And it's like three cards here. are cards of success, cards of fulfillment, cards of peace and joy and happiness. And that is I'm getting like this flutterness in my heart, in my heart chakra. And yeah, that's the energy that I feel like as she thinks of you. It's like that's the energy she's channeling towards me. But yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. She is one of your spirit guides. Your second question is, what does she want you to know right now? Hmm. Okay. They want me to go with the tarot. Okay. What does client four's mother want them to know right now? What does client four's mother want them to know right now? What does client four's mother want them to know right now? We got the five of arrows or the five of swords. Strength. And the seven of arrows, seven of swords. Mm. And the bottom of the deck is the nine of pentacles. That's your energy. The nine of pentacles, client four. She's showing me that you are somebody who has, created success. You are independent. You are self sufficient. You've done very well for yourself. However, like this hawk, there's a lot that you can't see. And it may be because you are being blind to it on purpose, or it may be just hidden to you. And there's some people around you. We got the five of arrows or the five of swords and the seven of swords surrounding strength on both sides, flanking. There's some people around you. I don't know if you are a Leo, but there's some people around you who are suspect, and they are plotting to get not just what they can materialistically, but also just to bring you down, bring you down the peg. They don't like your confidence. They don't like how you become who you are and how you've done it, I guess. Like, they mad. Can we clarify this five of swords? Clarify the five of swords, please. Clarify the five of swords, please. Five of arrows. There we go. Mm. Clarifying the five of arrows with the five of wands. These folks are in competition with you, and maybe you don't even recognize the fact that they they are in competition with you because you are on another level. But what you have seen is that they have brought chaos into your life. every time you turn around, you got to pretty much save a hoe. Now, I am a mental health professional, but I'm not your mental health professional, and I'm not these folks' mental health professional. But what I am hearing is BPD. BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. I'm not out here giving medical advice, but that's what Spirit is saying to me. That's what your mom is saying. BPD. Maybe these folks are undiagnosed, but these are people that you can't change. It's a whole personality disorder. It's their personality. So, while you may be hoping for them to change and you may see some potential, folks who have, I'll just say it like this, folks who, um, and this isn't everybody, so don't come for me. Some folks who have had been diagnosed with that have had have gotten fired by their therapists. Knight of Wands is right here. Is this somebody that you're dating? Let me describe something for you. If this person, when you are available and you can provide for them or you can give to them financially, give them the attention that they want from you, the affection that they want from you, they're like a kitten. They are, so lovable. But as soon as you are unavailable because maybe you're at work, because you are doing something else for a friend or family member that may be urgent, your shit ain't shit. They cursing you out or throwing your things. Maybe they're just, being extra. However, they're being extra. That's probably what you have on your hands. Again, not diagnosing. Not diagnosing. Just giving you some characteristics. Because again, I am not able to give medical advice. I am a mental health professional, but not yours or theirs. Okay. But yeah, this person is impulsive. They think about things later. But most of the time, things are your fault. But this person is really trying to get stuff out of you. They're trying to have a strong hold on you. Clarifying seven of arrows, nine of cups. Yeah, they got you exactly where they want you. For real, for real. Why am I hearing, gosh, Nina Simone? I put a spell on you. That because you're mine. Nina Simone. Yeah, they not trying to let you go. They are trying to keep you in whatever cycle that you're in with them. That's what she wants you to know right now. They want me to go to this oracle deck, or at least she does, if I can get it here. What else should client for know right now? What else should client for know right now about this situation? Since mom called it out. What else should client for know? Wow, that was fast. Oh. You make me want to do better, raise my vibration. As you elevate, she elevates. And what this is saying is that she wants to do more. However, there's free will. And as an adult in this human experience, you make your own decisions about who you want to be with. And all the nudging and all the, you know, whatever, um, it may hit, but at the end of the day, you decide what you want to do. What else? From what did I say? Your mama funny. First of all, it says, "Don't leave your insert noun around me." Listen, your mama is saying that whoever these people are, this person is, you can't leave shit around them. You can't leave anything around them. You can't leave your best friend. You can't leave your wallet. You can't leave your puppy. You insert now. You can't leave anything around this person. That's how much you cannot trust this person. Mm. Oops. I don't know who you are. Hmm. Do you change yourself to fit the mold that this person wants you to fit? Because if you do, your mom is definitely calling that out. You shouldn't have to like fit a mold client for. What else? She, she says she ready. She ready when you are. Your mama is ready to go when you are. When you ready to make a move, she ready to help you make that move. She'll make a way. That's what I just heard. She's like, I'll make a way. But you have to say, go. And mean it. This ain't a cycle thing. She ain't out here playing games with you. When you ready to go, she wants to talk to you more too. She also wants you to stand up for yourself with who this person is. Trigger came out. This person is a trigger for you. Mm. What she's showing me is that because she transitioned when you were a child, that there is this this people pleasing that you do, and this person knows it, and they use it against you because they know that you're seeking, a mother's love. I hate that client for. I don't like that. Develop, cultivate a relationship with your mom. It goes back to Talk to her. Now that you know that she's one of your benevolent ancestors, spirit guides, cultivate that relationship. When you're frustrated, talk to her. When you're happy, talk to her. When you are walking through the grocery store, talk to her. When you in your car, talk to her. I talk to my folks all the time. People think I got like a headset on. I don't have a headset on. I'm just talking. But I'm also listening because they talk back. What else? And if you don't have an ancestral altar, consider setting one up. Your mom isn't going anywhere. She's riding with you till the wheels fall off. You can count on that. Anything else? Anything else? No? Okay. That is it for that question. Let me move this right here. Your last question, client 4, is, does she feel I'm on the right path? Does client 4's mother feel they're on the right path? Does client 4's mother feel they're on the right path? Does client 4's mother feel they're on the right path? Does client 4's mother feel they're on the right path? Does client 4's mother feel they're on the right path? First one that came out is yes. And then we have another yes. Oh, it's the Empress. That's the mommy card. Also, yes. This is awesome. And even at the bottom. Up, but this goes back to standing up for yourself. There's a no. She's like, you need to stand up for yourself more. Stand up for yourself more. You have a lot going for yourself. You need to stand your ground and set up some boundaries. Especially with whomever it is that you're seeing. Because she's saying that you have a lot of love to give. You have a lot to offer. What's interesting is that there are these nights. There's still some growth that needs to happen there. Because a king, an emperor, they have boundaries. There are certain things that they won't allow people to do. And you are pretty quick to jump up to serve whomever this is and appease them. But yeah, you are on the right path. You just need to nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Stand up for yourself. Yeah. Is there anything else from client 4's mom? From this deck? Okay. This one. They want me to do She wants me to do the energy surrounding your romantic partner, or the energy surrounding you, the folks surrounding you. What's the energy surrounding number four's romantic partner? The energy that they have towards number four. What's the energy number four's romantic partner has towards them? What's the energy number four's romantic partner has towards them? Sugar coated. Sweet but deceptive words, empty compliments, hidden insults, too good to be true. As long as they're getting what they want, but it's not real. It's empty calories. It's like, what else? Energy surrounding client four's romantic partner towards romantic. Ooh, you are their upgrade. They know they couldn't get anybody like you. We saw the Nine of Pentacles. They know they couldn't get anybody like you without some real sugarcoating, you know? Because you are somebody who's doing well. You're on that next level. What else, please? What else, please? I hate this. There's a third party. It says sneaky link, hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy nobody needs to know. Client four, you are this person's, security blanket. You're the person who provides security for them, but you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Anything else? I hate that I had to tell you that, because you have a very good energy, client four. This goes right back to what I was telling you. It says on red. They ignore you until they want something. And no, I mean, they probably busy, but they're not doing anything of import. Your mom says trust the signs. She's showing you. Trust what she's showing you. That person you with, you're their retirement goal. You are their retirement plan, to be honest. Yeah. Trust the signs, client four. I really hope you do. Is that it? That's it, client four. I hope this helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. And I wish you well. Thank you again for booking with me and trusting me with your energy. If you are interested in, setting up um, an ancestral altar. Um, there are specific, you know, depending on the, I guess, there's cultural, aspects to it. You can find out what to do on the internet, but just go with what resonates. You're not supposed to do everything. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. But yeah, definitely start to cultivate that relationship with your mom. Talk to her more. All right, client 4. Thanks for looking again. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. And until next time, bye. Hey, Mark, 773 W1Q. If you want to participate, how to participate is in the description box. And these are donation based readings. All right, here we go. Okay, going on to client 5. Hey, client 5. Hey, looks like you have 2 questions. And your first question is, did my brother have a party at my house while I was on vacation? Let's find out. If he did, it sounds like he may have cleaned things up, Just got a feeling. Let's find out. Did client 5's brother have a party at client 5's house while client 5 was on vacation? Did client 5's brother have a party at client 5's house while client 5 was on vacation? Did client 5's brother have a party at house while first is a yes. Second card is a yes. Then we got a maybe. Uh yeah. He definitely tried to hide it from you. It's but what I'm getting here with this 4 of Swords is that there was a hell of a hangover afterwards, because this is a recovery card. Like, this is like, man, that was one hell of a party. But yeah, he tried to hide it from you. It was a success. It was a good party. People had a great time. And like, these are two, the World and the Two of Wands are cards that are successful. People are looking forward to the next party. Like, that's what's going on here. Um, yeah, he's actually looking forward to the next time you ask him to house it. That's some shit. Ain't nothing like a sibling, I tell you. Ain't nothing like a sibling. Hmm. But yeah, yeah, your brother did. Yeah, your brother did. Yeah. Oh, well, dang. Okay, client 4. What I was saying is it just rebooted itself. The live did. But what I was saying is that yes, I don't know what you missed, but yes, it looks like there was a long recovery because he was hungover. So it happened, and he's looking forward to the next time that you go out of town and you ask him to house it. People had a good time, a really, really, really good time. There were probably still some people over at your house the next day because they couldn't drive home. But he did try to hide it from you. He did. with the moon here. And there is some level of fear that you will find out. I don't know if y'all know mutual people. Um, like you'd be able to hear through the grapevine or something. But yeah, he sure did. Your next question is, should I use him as a house sitter again? Let's find out. I'm interested to see what Spirit says. Should client 5 use their brother as a house sitter again, given the fact that client 5's brother had a house party while client 5 went on vacation? A good party nonetheless, according to the cards. Should client 5 use their brother again as a house sitter? Let's see. Five. Let's see. We have the Fool with yes. We got the Lovers with yes. And then we have the Emperor with yes. Wow. This is three major arcana, client 5. That's some out of three. That's some serious shit. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands with another yes. Hmm. You know, this is giving me the energy. This Queen of Wands is giving me the energy of you remember how it was to be your brother's age. So it's like, eh, like yeah, he had a party, but I'm sure he had a good time. You know, I remember when I was that age, I didn't get the chance to have a party and da 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 da, and he cleaned up. You know, he did the things. Um, so yeah, you know, the Queen of Wands is somebody who is a very clear thinker, somebody who is very confident and down to earth. Not saying that you are feminine or masculine or anything in between. We're just talking about this Queen's energy. And so this is also the person that the court card that likes to have a good time. So that's where it's just coming in like you get it. You get it, but spirit's just like, yeah, your brother's young. Your brother's young and ultimately it's your decision, but it seems like y'all trust each other enough. Y'all have a good connection. And he has, you know, although you're older, he understands he sees you as an authority figure. He sees you as somebody that is, I don't want to say father figure like, but somebody that he looks up to. But also, the Fool is here. He's also, if he's not the younger brother, he's younger acting. Um, but you get it. Y'all have a good connection, and I get the feeling that he wouldn't do anything to put you or your stuff in danger. You know, so Spirit's like, hell yeah, let him have the party. What's called? You know, was there an issue with the neighbors? You know, if you gotta ask Spirit if he had the party, then nobody knew that he had the party. Nobody was snitching. So yeah, they're like, yeah, use him as a house sitter again. Was anything stolen? Are you missing anything? You know, is there food still in the fridge? Is it, you know, that, yeah, I hope it helps. That's what I got. I hope this helps you for your highest good. Until next time, client 5, take care. All right, let's go on to client 6. But let me check my email to see if we got any more clients. Let's see. All right. Okay, good to go. All right, let me get this together. So, hmm, hold on, y'all. All right. Thank you for your patience. Okay, we're doing client six. If y'all can hear the dogs barking, I got my window up and my dog might be barking soon. I apologize in advance if she does. What can you do? Let's get this going here. Hey, client six. Hey, thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, client six. It looks like you have 3 questions. And let's get started. You say, I have a crush on a guy in my building. I see him at some of the apartment complex's events and at the complex's gym sometimes. I've seen him checking me out. Okay. But we haven't had a conversation beyond the normal pleasantries with a bit of innocent flirting. Okay, that's cute. So, your first question is, does he have. Let's find out. Does the guy that client six has a crush on have any interest in them? Does the guy that client six has a crush on have any interest in them? Does the guy that client six has a crush on have any interest in them? Okay, we have a yes. We have another yes. Ooh, we don't want. Okay. And we have a maybe. First of all, the answer is yes. Short answer, but we got the devil at the bottom of the deck. Not only that, but he's already dealing with some stuff. He already got like 1 or 2 people that he's seeing. I don't know if one of them he's already committed to, but yes, he absolutely with this wand here, he absolutely is interested, and he would be willing to put you in heavy rotation. So yeah, that's that. Your second question is, should you ask him out? Okay. Should client six ask the guy that they have a crush on out? Should client six ask the guy that they have a crush on out? Let's see. I'm just saying. You ready? Should client six ask the guy? Yeah, use that one. Ugh. Okay, so this one is a no. Let's see. There's a maybe. And then there's a yes. So we got the three of swords, the two of swords, wow, and the two of wands, 322. And any variation or combination of those numbers might be important of you. And then we have the ace of cups with the yes. Okay, essentially, because there's a pretty much a maybe out here. It's up to you. Spirit just showed you what was going on with him and that he is really occupied with other folks, but he would be willing to put you in rotation. So it's really up to you. But if you do decide to do this, go ahead and ask that person out. You might end up disappointed because you are somebody that I'm getting client six, that is somebody who will pour your heart into the situation. You're gonna get caught up. You're gonna get caught up. You're gonna fall in love while he continues to do what he does. But it's up to you. It's up to you. They say maybe. You're not going into this blind now, so it's up to you. And now you say your third is spirit's advice. Okay. Um okay. What is spirit's advice for client six regarding the crush that they have on rather? What's spirit's advice? What is spirit's advice? What is spirit's advice? What's spirit's advice regarding the crush client six has? We got lost identity here. You were never meant to trade your voice, your passions, or your power just to keep someone by your side. You remember that Ace of Cups that was at the bottom of this deck when I said that Spirit was like, you going to fall in love with a player, somebody who was really just slinging a wand everywhere. You were never meant to trade your voice, your passions, or your power just to keep someone by your side. What else, please, for client six? Other advice from Spirit? Other advice from Spirit, please? Money problems. That dude ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. Y'all are on the same level. Not that you looking for them to have money, but you gonna be footing the bill most of the time. You probably gonna foot the bill when you ask them out. Not that anything is wrong with that, especially if you ask them out, but that's gonna be a frequent occurrence. It says you're not on the same page financially, and it's gonna bleed into your emotional connection. They're gonna be cashing out on you. They're gonna start asking to borrow money from you, but never pay it back. That's how folks do in the streets. Jealous control. Jealous control. It's okay to feel it, but it's not okay to let it poison the relationship. Either work on building trust or be honest about what's broken. This is giving the energy. Like, if you see the situation that this lady is in, There's the guy behind her, and there's another lady. Spirit just showed you in the previous couple of previous hands that there were three people that this person is already dealing with, but they're willing to put you in the rotation. If you're somebody who gets jealous, don't set yourself up for the okie doke. Don't set yourself up, because that is a setup. You want, if you just want his attention, you're not gonna get it, because he got a rotation. Anything else for client six? Anything else? Oh shoot. And again, doubling fidelity. It says you shouldn't have to compete for love you already committed to. No matter how sweet the apology, the trust is irreversibly fractured. Anything else? Yeah? Okay. They said there's one more. One more for you. Mutual growth. Spirit is saying this is what you need. You inspire each other to be in a relationship where you inspire each other to become the highest versions of yourselves. And your love is the container of or for that evolution. That's the type of love that you need, client six. That crush guy, he's just somebody that is around for a good time, not a long time. And if that's what you into, you want somebody that's around for a good time and not a long time, I mean, why not? At the bottom of the deck, it says open your heart or open heart. I added a word. Together, you're unlocking new levels of intimacy because real love begins where the walls come down. You shouldn't have to put walls up in a relationship that you're in. That's the kind of relationship, that's the kind of partner, the kind of person you want to date. Somebody that has an open heart, somebody that you can grow with. But again, it's your choice. And if you down, I'm sure if you down for some strange, like this person is, you can do what you feel. I hope this helps though. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. Is that it? Okay. Just had to check in with spirit. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for booking with me, client six. Until next time. All right. Last one, y'all. Client seven. Client seven. All right. Let me get your timestamp going here. Client seven. All right. Hey, client seven. Hey. Thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, client seven. Let's see what your question is. You say, what does my boss think of me? Okay, let's find out. Let us find out. What does... Hmm? Okay. What does client seven's boss think of them? What does client seven's boss think of them? What does client seven's boss think of them? Oh no. What does client seven's boss think of them? All right. What does client seven's boss think of them? What does client seven's boss think of their spirit? Retirement goals. It says long term stability, future planning, relaxation earned, living a dream. They see you as somebody that can, stick it out. Good employee. It seems that they could see you, they could see themselves mentoring you with future planning here and help you reach your goals if you wanted to stay, I guess, at the job. Yeah. What else does client seven's boss think of them? Inner child came out. It says healing inner child wounds, reconnecting with joy, playfulness restored, return to innocence. It's the innocence part. I guess you have a way about you that may remind them of either a younger them or a child that they may know, if it's their child or when their child was younger. But I get this good feeling. It's like it's like a promise, like a feeling of promise. Yeah, like potential. Anything else? Oh, didn't I tell you? Like they can see you doing some big things with self-made here. You have a lot of potential. Client seven. It says independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path built from nothing. They could see you even surpassing whatever position that they are in. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Trigger came out though. It says emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts. Why does this bother me? I'm getting this goes a little bit back to the inner child where sometimes you react as opposed to respond to criticism, when you take it personally, when it's supposed to be, especially what I'm hearing is that it is constructive, but so it's supposed to help you improve and become, not anything to make you feel small, you know? What else does client seven's boss think of them? What else? Commitment issues. Interesting. Afraid to settle down, avoiding intimacy, feel fear of loss of freedom is complicated. It's almost like you don't know what to do with your hands, like you don't know what to do with yourself. While they see all the potential in you, it's like you don't know if you want to stay or go. If you want to be there or be somewhere else. Like I don't know how old you are, but depending on your age, it would kind of make sense, and especially depending on the generation, what generation you're in. If your boss is a Generation X or a boomer, you know, they are people who stay at one place forever. you know, more more times than not. But the later generations, they're kind of they go where they want to go. You don't have to be at a company for 12,000 years, and retire there. People want to find out where they want to be. But so I feel that energy here. I feel that energy here. It's like he wants to know, well, I don't know. I apologize. I'm not sure if your boss is a masculine energy, feminine energy, or anywhere in between. So I'm not, that's the energy that I'm getting from them. That they kind of want you to figure it out. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? They want you to already know. Crossroads. Yeah. It goes back to this. They want you to make some choices because you are at a crossroads. Do you want to grow at the company? Do you want to grow where you are? Do you want to do what you do, or do you want to go do something else? Do you want to start your own business? What is it you want? There's some things that you need to decide, and this says choose wisely. Your next step matters, and that's true. But with self-made here, it's like whatever you end up choosing, you would most likely be pretty successful at it. Anything else from here? Okay. What else regarding what client seven's boss thinks of them? Get off. Status upgrade. New achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle elevation, next level. They could see you at CEO status. They could see you starting your own business. Like I said, this whole thing, this whole spread screams potential, and your boss can see that. However, you have to be the one to take the steps and decide what you want to do. Got unbothered at the bottom of the deck, and that gives me the energy of you're kind of like I'm just doing what I'm doing, right now. You're detached until somebody says something, gives constructive criticism, and then it's kind of like it's something else. Yeah. Anything outside of this deck? No. Okay. What are we doing now? All right. What does client sevens going to the tarot here, and then we'll let you go. What does client seven's boss think of them? What does client seven's boss think of them? What does client seven's boss think of them? Ooh, you got two. You got the page of wands, the two of wands, and the seven of wands. Lots of wands. It requires some action. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about, tradition. It is about those traditional institutions, like jobs, businesses, and government, the old school way of doing things, the old school way of following things. And I say old school just because of the energy that I'm getting from your boss, where it is that mindset of staying with a company for 20, 30, 40 years into retirement. And that's what he's that's what they're all about. But they want to see some action out of you with the wands, all these wands. Every single card is a wand. We got the page of wands. They still see you as somebody who is learning, somebody that they can mentor, because that's exactly who the page is, somebody who is willing to learn. um, but there requires a plan. With the two of wands here, you need to know what direction you want to go. What do you want to do? How do you want to get there? Do you have any idea? Do you want to be a CEO, or do you want to be, have your own business? What do you want to do? Either way, you're in a good space to do it. This is where that crossroads comes in again. You're in a good position. You're in a good position. Your boss sees that you are in a good position. You have the potential. You just have to plan the work and work the plan. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. Can we clarify the seven of wands, please? Clarify the seven of wands. Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take a little bit of work. And steady, consistent, because that is exactly what, the Knight of Pentacles is about. It's one of the slowest nights, if not the slowest in the deck, but it's about consistency and steady climbs. But you're in a great position to do it. The 10 of arrows, or the 10 of swords, is at the bottom of the deck. He would really, I keep saying he, but, and I apologize, they would really hate to see you, like, stay in the cycle of uncertainty and and insecurity about what you want to do. Yeah. Yeah. What's the advice here? Is there any advice for client seven? Yeah. What's the advice for client seven? Advice for client seven, please. All right. We have strength, the King of Pentacles. Okay. And the Three of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is very confident. Um, and you can't, she's so confident that you can't sway her. Constructive criticism does not sway her. She either receives it or she doesn't. It applies to her or it doesn't. You know, that's how the Queen of Wands is, and they want you to grab hold of this energy and be a lot more confident in yourself and what you're doing. I don't know if we're talking about the energy here, so it doesn't matter if you are masculine, feminine, or anywhere in between. But with strength here, the King of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands, man, this is amazing. This is one of those, Spirit is saying that, one, if you are somebody who discusses things that you want to do, there's a little mouse here that has the lion's mouth tied up with string. Have that quiet strength. Don't discuss everything with everybody, you know, because not everybody wants you to succeed. Not everybody sees the potential in you like your boss does. You have the potential to be like the big boss, but you have to put in the work to do it. You have to have the courage to go beyond where you even conceive that you can. Because a lot of times we don't see the potential in ourselves that other people see. Because this King of Pentacles could be you. You put in the work. Everything that you want with this Three of Wands here will happen. End up traveling for work if that's what you want to do. Home. Traveling while working, but on vacation, if that's what you want, you can have that. But it does require a plan. It does require steady building and consistency, because that is exactly what the King of Pentacles is. Somebody who is consistent, somebody who is stable, financially viable, and, you know, grounded. They are also confident. But if you want to own your business or you want to be the head honcho, you can have it. You just have to have the courage to step out and do it. Yeah. Is that it, Spirit? That's it, Client 7. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, Client 7, thank you so much for booking with me. All right. Hey, MG. Hey, the awesome Davis Cartel. Hey, everybody else in the live. Hey, Gertie Sangwan. I hope I said your name correctly. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, we just finished up with our last client here. Yep. So, with that said, personal readings are closed. So, if you would like to book in the future, there is information on how to book. Okay, 5 people in here, 5 people, 5 likes. That's awesome. But um, if you would like to book in the future for the personal live reading, how to do so is on in the description box. You can pre-book if you would like, but if not, you would just want to be here and chill like you are. That's okay too. Yeah, it's all good, girl. We be living, we be living, and life be life. Yeah. I hope you've been doing well, MG. Yeah. Happy Women's Month to you. And again, happy Social Workers Month to all the social workers out there and people who are doing social work. You know, you're doing social work, you're a social worker. And that's coming from somebody who has the social work degree. I can say it because it's true. Damn it. Anybody got a problem with it? Come holler at me. Don't you come for me. All right, y'all. Until next time, y'all take care. Bye.